Hey developers, welcome to Devcovery. Today, we're bringing you the hottest open source projects trending on GitHub, so you don't miss any tech developments worth your attention.
Today, we're taking a deep dive into a trending project on GitHub, fff.nvim, a file search toolkit that claims to be the fastest and most accurate available. This Rust-based tool is gaining massive attention because it's built not just for developers in Neovim, but also to power the high-performance needs of AI agents. What if your file search tool had a memory? What if it didn't just find what you type, but actually anticipated what you need based on your habits? A new project on GitHub is rethinking this fundamental developer task, and its design philosophy has implications that go far beyond just finding files faster. This idea is at the heart of a project called fff.nvim, created by developer dmtrKovalenko. It's a high-performance file search toolkit built for the Neovim text editor, but also for AI agents. The name FFF stands for Freakin' Fast Fuzzy File Finder. The project is getting some serious attention, with over 3,200 stars on GitHub, and a remarkable 750 of those were added in just the last day. That kind of rapid growth suggests it's solving a very real problem. So, what is that problem? Well, anyone who has worked in a large codebase knows the pain. Traditional file search tools are often slow, and even worse, they can produce a flood of irrelevant results. They just rely on simple text matching, completely ignoring the developer's context. Before tools like this, a developer might get a list of hundreds of similarly named files, with the most relevant one buried deep in the results. This is where fff.nvim comes in with a different approach. It builds a search experience that has a kind of memory. It doesn't just match characters. It learns from user behavior to understand which files are more important, with the goal of surfacing the right file on the very first try. Taking a look under the hood reveals a design built for both speed and intelligence. First off, its core is written in Rust, which immediately signals a focus on high performance and memory safety. It's not just a simple wrapper around existing command line tools either. Instead, it's a vertically integrated system. This means its file search, content search, and query parsing are all designed to work together seamlessly. But the real innovation is its composite scoring algorithm. You can think of it as a search engine for your code that considers multiple signals at once. It combines a file's frecency, which is a mix of how frequently and recently you've used it, with its Git status and even your past search history. For example, a file you open often and recently modified will rank much higher. And all of this is managed asynchronously. That means heavy operations like indexing happen quietly in the background, never freezing the user interface. It's less like a simple file finder and more like a personal code librarian that knows your project inside and out. So, how does this play out in the real world? The tool actually serves two very distinct audiences. For Neovim developers working in massive code bases like the Linux kernel, it delivers near-instant, highly relevant searches. The advanced syntax allows for complex queries, like finding all modified Rust files in a specific directory that don't contain a certain keyword. The second audience is developers building AI coding assistants. For them, fff.nvim acts as a specialized tool for the AI. It helps the agent find code much more efficiently, which in turn reduces API costs and cuts down the time it takes for the agent to understand the project structure. For both groups, getting started is designed to be straightforward. Of course, no design is without its trade-offs, and this one is no exception. First, that complex scoring algorithm, while powerful, it could become a maintenance burden if its weighting doesn't align with what users intuitively expect. Then there's the continuous background file monitoring. This is necessary to keep the index fresh, but it could consume noticeable CPU and memory resources on very large projects. That might be a concern for laptop users worried about battery life. Finally, its reliance on a local database for history data introduces potential risks. Things like data corruption or the database growing too large over time could require occasional manual cleanup. To sum it all up, fff.nvim is much more than just another fast file finder. It's part of a bigger shift towards context-aware developer tooling. Its true value lies in its ability to learn from your workflow, making it a tool that actually gets smarter the more you use it.
That's all for today's devcovery. We hope these GitHub trending projects spark some inspiration for your development work. You can find all the repos mentioned in the description below. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. See you tomorrow at the same time.